NLRP3 and Macrophages. CAPS is caused by a mutation in a gene called NLRP3 that causes hyperactive NLRP3 proteins, which are involved in inflammation. Macrophage cells are considered to do most of the NLRP3 expressing. A macrophage cell is a type of white blood cell of the innate immune system. It's important for cleaning up cellular debris after an infection or injury. Macro means big and phage means eat, so macrophage cells eat up big messes and keep our tissues tidy. Macrophages are great, but because they express NLRP3, are excellent at forming NLRP3 inflammasomes and secrete pro-inflammatory cytokines like interleukin-1 beta, macrophages can be not so great if you have CAPS. Macrophage cells hang out in the tissues and originate from cells called monocytes that circulate in the blood. They squeeze out into tissues and take up residence there. They can also be found in lymphatic tissues like lymph nodes and the spleen, and there are different types of macrophages that get called different things depending on where they are in the body. For example, in the liver, they're called KUPFFER cells, named for Carl Wilhelm von Kupffer, who first observed them in 1876 and called them Sternzellen. In bones, they're called osteoblasts, and in the brain, microglia, which take a different pathway for their differentiation, but they are considered the brain macrophage, and they express NLRP3. While most of the focus of NLRP3 has involved macrophages, we do know other cells also express NLRP3. Immune system cells like neutrophils, dendritic cells, and lymphocytes, but interestingly, non-immune cells like keratinocytes, a skin cell, chondrocytes, a cartilage cell, and endothelial cells that line your blood vessels. Unpacking all this in context of CAPS is still a work in progress. Last year, a paper was published that used a mouse model of CAPS, and it showed that neutrophils were actually the driver of disease in those models. Then the other can of worms is even if a cell expresses NLRP3, that cell type may not make all the parts of the inflammasome. So if NLRP3 is hyperactive, like it is in CAPS, what happens then?